Good day. I'm Rev Kasey Carrol. I'm here in Tzfat, Israel, just over the Tzfat College, and today I'm coming to bring you the Sefer Yetzirah. It's the book of formation. And so, generally, to give you a little bit of an explanation about it, the Sefer Yetzirah is the book of formation. It contains the Zohar and a list of Kabbalistic principles and understanding that came from various authors over the years, and is generally the explanation of Father Abraham, who, once he was cast out of Babylon for his faithfulness to God, gave this revelation to mankind. And so I read it to you from Tzfat, that is the capital of Kabbalah in Israel, and you can see the beautiful city behind me. And generally, I wanted to be able to give this wisdom out to the world in a free form for an audiobook and to have a blessing upon God's people. And with that, the Sefer Yetzirah, the book of formation. Chapter 1. In 32 wonderful paths of wisdom, did Jehovah Shabbat, the God of Israel, the Elohim of the living and the King of ages, the merciful and gracious God, the exalted one, the dweller in eternity, most high and holy, engrave his name by the three seraphim, numbers, letters, and sounds. 10 are the ineffable Sphirot. 22 are the letters, the foundation of all things. There are 3 mothers, 7 double, and 12 simple letters. The ineffable Sphirot are 10. So are the numbers. And as there are in man 5 fingers, over against the 5, so over them is established a covenant of strength, by word of mouth and by the circumcision of the flesh. 10 is the number of the ineffable Sphirot. 10 and not 9, 10 and not 11. Understand this wisdom, and be wise in the perception. Search out concerning it, restore the word to its creator, and replace him who formed it upon his throne. The 10 ineffable Sphirot have 10 vast regions bound into them, boundless in origin and having no ending, an abyss of good and of ill, measureless height and depth, boundless to the east and the west, boundless to the north and the south. And the Lord, the only God, the faithful King, rules all these from his holy seat forever and ever. The 10 ineffable Sphirot have the appearance of the lightning flash. Their origin is unseen, and no wind is perceived. The word is in them. As they rush forth and as they return, they speak as from a whirlwind, and, returning, while prostrate in adoration before the throne. The 10 ineffable Sphirot, whose ending is even as their origin, are like as a flame arising from the burning coal. For God is superlative in his unity. There is none equal to him. What number canst thou place before one? 10 are the ineffable Sphirot. Seal up thy lips, lest thou speak of them. Guard thy heart, as thou considerest them. And if thy mind escape from thee, bring it back to thy control, even as it was said, running and returning, the living creatures ran and returned, and hence was the covenant made. The ineffable Sphirot give forth the 10 numbers. First, the Spirit of God of the living, blessed and more than blessed be the living God of ages. The voice, the Spirit of the Word, these are of the Holy Spirit. Second, from the Spirit he produced air, and formed in it the 22 sounds, the letters. 3 are mothers, 7 are double, and 12 are simple. But the Spirit is first and above all. Third, from the air he formed the waters, and from the formless and void made mire and clay, and designed surfaces upon them, and hewed recesses in them, and formed the strong material foundation. Fourth, from the water he formed air, and made for himself a throne of glory, of Ophanim, Seraphim, and Cherubim, as his ministering angels. And with these 3 he completed his dwelling, as it is written, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flaming fire. He selected 3 letters from among the simple ones, and sealed them, and formed them into a great name, Yod He Vav. And with it he sealed the universe in 6 directions. Fifth, he looked above, and sealed the heights with Yod He Vav. 6, he looked below, and sealed the depths with Yod Vav He. 7th, he looked forward, and he sealed the east with He, Yod Vav. 8th, he looked backwards, and sealed it with He, Vav Yod. 9th, he looked to the right, and sealed it with Vav. Yod Hey. And 10th, he looked to the left, said the north. Vav, Hey Yod. Behold, on the 10 ineffable Sefirot do proceed the one Spirit of God of the living, air, water, fire, and also height, depth, east, west, north, and south. Chapter 2. Section 1. The 22 sounds and letters are the foundation of all things. The 3 mothers, the 7 doubles, and the 12 simples. The 3 mothers are Aleph, Mim, and Shin. They are air, water, and fire. Water is silent. Fire is sibilant. And air, derived from the spirit, is as the tongue of a balance standing between these, contraries which are in equilibrium, reconciling and meditating between them. He hath formed, weighed, and composed these 22 letters, every soul, and the soul of everything which shall hereafter be. These 22 sounds or letters are formed by the voice, impressed on the air, and audibly modified in 5 places: in the throat, in the mouth, by the tongue, through the teeth, and by the lips. These 22 letters, which are the foundation of all things, he arranged as upon a sphere with 231 gates. And the sphere may be rotated forward or backward, whether for good or for evil. For the good comes true pleasure, from evil not but torment. For he shewed with combination, and these letters, each with the other, Aleph with all, and all with Aleph, Bet with all, and all with Bet. Thus, in combining all together in pairs, are produced the 231 gates of knowledge. And from the non-existent he made something, and all forms of speech and everything that has been produced from the empty void he made the material world, and from the inert earth he brought forth everything that hath life. He hewed, as it were, vast columns out of the intangible air, and by the power of his name made every creature and everything that is. And the production of all things from the 22 letters is the proof that they are all parts of one body. And the foundation of all others is composed of the 3 mothers, Aleph, Mim, and Shin. They resemble a balance. On the one hand, the guilty; on the other hand, the purified. The Aleph, the air, and like the tongue of a balance standing between them. The 3 mothers, Aleph, Mim, and Shin, are a great mystery, very admirable and most recondite, and sealed as with 6 rings. And from them proceed air, fire, and water, which divide them into male and female forces. And the 3 mothers, Aleph, Mim, and Shin, are the foundations. From them spring the 3 fathers, and from these have proceeded all things that are in the world. And the 3 mothers in the world are Aleph, Mim, and Shin. The heavens were produced from fire, the earth from water, and the air from spirit. Is a reconciler between the fire and the water. The 3 mothers, Aleph, Mim, and Shin, fire, water, and air, are shown in the year. From the fire was made heat, from the water was made cold, and from the air was produced the temperate state, again a mediator between them. The 3 mothers, Aleph, Mim, and Shin, fire, water, and air, are found in man. From the fire was formed the head, from the water the belly, and from the air was formed the chest. Again, places a mediator between the others. These 3 mothers did he produce, and design, and combine them, and he sealed them, as the 3 mothers of the universe, in the year and in man, both male and female. He caused the letter Aleph to reign in air and crowned it, and combining it with the others, he sealed it, as air in the world, as the temperate climate of the ear, and as the chest. The lungs for breathing air, the man, the male, Aleph, Mim, Shin, the female, with Shin, Mim, Aleph. He caused the letter Mim to reign in water, crowned it, and combine it with the others, formed the earth and the world. Cold in the ear, and the belly of man, male and female. Former, with Mim, Aleph, Shin. Later, with Mim, Shin, Aleph. He caused Shin to reign in fire and crowned it, and combining it with the others, sealed with it the heavens and the universe, heat in the year, and heaven and man, male and female. Chapter 4, Section 1 of Sefer Yetzirah. The 7 double letters, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Resh, and Tor, each have the 2 sounds associated with them. They are referred to life, peace, wisdom, riches, grace, fertility, and power. and the two sounds of each letter are the hard and the soft, aspirated and the softened. They are called double because each letter presents a contrast, a permeation, thus life and death, peace and war, wisdom and folly, riches and poverty, grace and indignation, fertility and solitude, power and servitude. These 7 double letters point out 7 localities above, below, east, west, north, south, and the palace of holiness, in the midst of them sustaining all things. These 7 double letters he designed, produced, and combined and formed them with the planets, the stars of the universe, the days of the week, and the gates of the soul, the orifices, and perception in man. And from these 7 he hath produced the 7 heavens, the 7 earths, the 7 Sabbaths. For this cause he has loved and blessed the 7, number 7 more than all things under heaven, his throne. 2 letters produce 2 houses, 3 form 6, 4 form 24, 5 form 120, 6 form 720, 7 form 5,040. Beyond this, the numbers increase, so that the mouth can hardly utter them, nor the ear hear the number of them. So now, behold, the stars of the universe. Planets are 7, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars. The 7 are also the 7 days of creation, the 7 gateways of the soul of man, the 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the mouth, and the 2 nostrils. And so, with the 7 are formed the 7 heavens, the 7 earths, the 7 periods of times, and so has he preferred the number 7 above all things under heaven. Note that this is a modern illustration of the allotment of the 7 letters. It's not found in the ancient copies of the Sefer Yetzirah. From this it says that he produced Beth and referred it to wisdom. He crowned it, combined it, and formed it with the moon and the universe on the first day of the week and the right eye of man. He produced Gimel and referred it to health. He crowned it, combined, and joined it with Mars in the universe. The second day of the week and the right ear of man, he produced Dalet and referred to it fertility. He crowned it, combined, and formed with the sun in the universe in the third day of the week in the right nostril of man. He produced Kaf and referred it to life. He crowned it, combined it, and formed it in Venus and in the universe in the fourth day of the week in the left eye of man. He produced Pe and referred to power. He crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Mercury in the universe in the fifth day of the week in the left ear of man. He produced Resh and referred to peace. He crowned it, combined, and formed with it Saturn in the universe in the sixth day of the week and the left nostril of man. He produced Tau and referred it to beauty. He crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Jupiter in the universe and the seventh day of the week in the mouth of man. By these 7 letters were also made 7 worlds, 7 heavens, 7 earths, 7 seas, 7 rivers, 7 deserts, 7 days, 7 weeks from Passover to Pentecost, and every 7th year Jubilee. Chapter 5, the Sefer Yetzirah, Section 1. The 12, the simple letters are He, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Sedi, and Kuf. And they are the foundations of these 12 properties: sight, hearing, smell, speech, taste, sexual love, work, movement, anger, mirth, imagination, and sleep. These 12 are also allotted in the directions in space: northeast, southeast, the east above, the east below, the north above, the north below, and the west below, the south above, and the south below. These diverge to infinity and are as the arms of the universe. These 12 simple letters are designed and combined and form with them the 12 celestial constellations of the zodiac, whose signs are Tet, Shin, Tau, Somek, Aleph, Bet, Min, Ayin, Kuf, Gimel, Dalet, and Shin. Dalet. And the 12 are also the months of the year: Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, Av, Elul, Tishrei, Isfan, Kislev, Tebet, Sabat, and Adar. And the 12 are also the 12 organs of living creatures, and the 2 hands, the 2 feet, and the 2 kidneys, the spleen, the liver, and the gall, the private parts, the stomach, and the intestines. He made these, as it were, provinces, and arranged them in an order of battle for warfare. And also the Elohim made one from the region of the other, 3 mothers, 3 fathers. And thence issue fire, air, and water, 3 mothers, 7 doubles, and 12 simples. Behold, now these are the 22 letters from which Jehovah Shabbat, Elohim, El Chachai, the living God, the El Israel, and the exalted and sublime, and dweller in eternity, formed and established all things. High and holy is his name. He, God, produced the Chay, predominant in speech, crowned it and combined it and formed with it eras in the universe, Nisan in the year, and the right foot of man. He produced Vav, predominant in mind, crowned it, combined it, formed it with Taurus in the universe, Iron in the year, and the right kidney of man. He produced Zion, predominant in movement, crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Gemini in the universe, Savan in the year, and the left foot of man. He produced Ket, predominant in sight, crowned it, and produced with it, and formed with it the Cancer in the universe, Tammuz in the year, and the right hand of man. He produced Tet, predominant in hearing, crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Leo in the universe, Ab in the year, and the left kidney in man. He produced Yod, predominant in work, crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Virgo in the universe, Elul in the year, and the left hand of man. He produced Lamed, predominant in sexual desire, crowned it, combined and formed with it Libra in the universe, Tishrei in the year, and the private parts of man. And he gives Gaul. He produced Num, predominant in smell, crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Scorpio in the universe, Heshvan in the year, and intestines of man. He produced Summit, predominant in sleep, crowned it, combined it, and formed with it Sagittarius in the universe, Kislev in the year, and the stomach of man. He produced Iron, predominant in anger, crowned it, combined and formed with Copernicus in the universe, Tibet in the year, and the liver of man. He produced Sadie, predominant in taste, crowned it, combined and formed with it Aquarius in the year, and the gullet of man. He produced Kuf, predominant in mirth, crowned it, combined and formed with it Pisces in the universe, Sadar in the year, and the spleen of man. Chapter 6 in the Sefer Yetzirah, the 3 fathers and their generations, 7 conquerors and their armies, and 12 bounds of the universe. See now, of these words, the faithful witnesses are the universe, the year, and man, the dodecad, the heptad, and the triad of their provinces, and above is the celestial dragon, Teli, and below is the world, and lastly the heart of man. The 3 are water, air, and fire. Fire above, water below, and the air consolating between them. And the signs of these things is that of the fire sustains and volatilizes the waters. Mim is mute, Shin is sibilant, and Aleph is the mediator, and as it were, a friend placed between them. Celestial dragon, the Teli, is placed over the universe, like a king upon the throne. The revelation of the years as a king over his dominion. The heart of man is as the king in warfare. Moreover, he made all these things, one from the other, and the Elohim set good over evil. He made good things from good, and evil things from evil. With the good tested he the evil, and with the evil he tried the good. Happiness is reserved for the good, and misery is kept for the wicked. 3 are one, and that one stands above. 7 are divided, 3 are over against 3, and 1 stands between the triads. The 12 stands as in warfare. 3 are friends, 3 are enemies. 3 are life givers, 3 are destroyers. And the 3 friends are the heart, the ears, the mouth. 3 enemies are the liver, the gall, and the tongue. While God, the faithful king, rules over all, 1 above 3, 3 above 7, 7 above 12, and all are connected one with the other. And after that, our father Abraham had perceived and understood, and had it taken down and engraved. All these things the Lord Most High revealed himself, and called him his beloved, and made a covenant with him. And his seed and Abraham believed on him, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he made this covenant between the 10 toes of the feet. This is like that of circumcision, and between the 10 fingers of the hands. This is like that of the tongue. And he bound the 22 letters unto his speech, and he shewed them all the mysteries. He drew them through the waters, burned them in the fire. He vibrated them in the air, 7 in the highest heavens, 12 in the celestial constellations of the zodiac. Sefer Yetzirah.